Good morning, students. Dear students, already you have learnt about socio-religious reform movement in medieval India. Socio-religious reform movement started in medieval India by number of social reformers. All the reformers of India, the saints of India, educated Indians, they wanted to bring changes in the countries, to eradicate blind beliefs, superstitions, to achieve equality in the societies. These socio-religious movement began in India. Especially the socio-religious movement in India was started by Sri Shankaracharya, who advocated Advaita philosophy and gave importance to world is illusion. The world is illusion. The world is Maya. He gave importance to Brahma is the supreme God, is ultimate truth. The Shankara's Advaita was condemned by the second social reformer. He was Ramanuja. Ramanuja, he was another important saint in medieval India, who advocated Visishtadvaita philosophy. Through his Visishtadvaita philosophy, and he popularized his Sri Vaishnava religion, he became popular in India. He opposed Shankara's Mayavada. He stated, world is existed, world is true. Shankara stated, world is Maya. But Ramanuja argued, Ramanuja stated that world is true. He believed in existence of the world. He was believed in existing world. Ramanujacharya believed in existing world, and he also believed in God. And he stated, Bhakti is the main path of attain salvation. Bhakti and Gnana are the path of attain salvation. Get moksha was the teachings of Sri Ramanujacharya. Let me explain about another social reformer who played important role to bring unity, equality in the societies, in the countries in medieval period. He is none other than the second important social reformer in medieval India. He was Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya was born in the year 1017 and was died in the year 1137. The person who lived more than 120 years. Usually he was lived more 120 years. During this period, he brought a lot of changes in the societies and advocated a profounded regarding Visishtadvaita philosophy. It was against, he criticized Advaita philosophy and gave importance to Visishtadvaita philosophy. So coming to that, Ramanuja, the life story of Ramanujacharya. What is the life story of Ramanujacharya? Yes, was born in the year 1017 CE. Yes, birthplace Sri Perambur, near Chennai. Birthplace of Ramanujacharya, Sri Perambur, near Chennai. Where it is? Near Chennai. Yes. So who were the parents of Ramanujacharya? Dear students, the parents of Shankaracharya, Shivaguru and Aryamba. The same way, the parents of Sri Ramanujacharya, Keshava Somayaji, and the mother Kantimati. Father Keshava Somayaji. Father Keshava Somayaji, mother Kantimati. So, Ramanuja, he received education in Kanchi under the tutorialship of Yadav Prakasha. He studied in Kanchi. He received education in Kanchi under the guidance of Yadava Prakasha. The teacher of Ramanuja, Yadava Prakasha. Yes. Later, he married a woman at the age of 16. Ramanuja married a woman at the age of 16, the wife named Tangamma. The wife of Ramanuja, Tangamma, at the age of 16, 16. In the early age, Ramanuja married Tangamma. But only few years he continued worldly life, he continued family life. Later, he was not happy in the family life. He was discontented with the family life. When he was discontent in the family life, he left family. He left family life and became a sannyasi. Who became a sannyasi? Sri Ramanujacharya. He was a discontented in family life. That's what he left family life, became a sannyasi. Later, he met Yamunacharya. One more teacher, he was Yamunacharya. You should know the students. Who was Yamunacharya? Dear students, Yamunacharya, he was a head of Sri Rangam. Who was Yamunacharya? Head of Sri Rangam. Yamunacharya wanted Ramanuja to succeed him. Yamunacharya wanted Ramanuja to succeed him. So after the death of Yamunacharya, Ramanuja became a head of the Sri Rangam. That was his intention. Yamunacharya's intention. After his death, he wanted to be Ramanuja should be a head of that Sri Rangam. That was the intention of Yamunacharya. Yes, before Ramanuja reaching Sri Rangam, Yamunacharya passed away. When Yamunacharya passed away, according to his aim, intention, Ramanuja became a head of Sri Rangam. Who became head of Sri Rangam? After that, Yamunacharya, after the death of Yamunacharya, Ramanujacharya became a head of Sri Rangam. And there, Ramanujacharya, he advocated Visishtadvaita philosophy. The philosophy of Ramanuja, Visishtadvaita philosophy. Visishtadvaita. He advocated Visishtadvaita philosophy. Later, Ramanuja, he popularized Vaishnava religion. When he popularized Vaishnava religion, it was criticized, condemned, rejected by Kulatunga Chola. The king of Cholas in Tamil Nadu, Kulatunga Chola, opposed Ramanuja's Visishtadvaita philosophy. He opposed Ramanuja's Vaishnava religion because Kulatunga Chola belonged to Shaiva religion. That's what. Due to this reason, Ramanuja left Sri Rangam, came to Karnataka. Why Ramanuja came to Karnataka? Students, Ramanuja left Sri Rangam and came to Karnataka because Kulatunga Chola opposed Ramanuja's religion, Ramanuja's philosophy. That's what he left Sri Rangam and came to Karnataka. During that moment, a king of Karnataka, the Vaisala ruler, a greatest ruler of Vaisala dynasty, he was Vishnuvardhana. Dear student, Vishnuvardhana gave shelter to Ramanujacharya. So, on the advice of, on the suggestion of Vishnuvardhana, Ramanuja settled in Karnataka for 20 years and he established Vaishnava Mata, Sri Vaishnava Mata at Melukote. Who built Vaishnava Mata at Melukote? Sri Ramanuja built Vaishnava Mata at Melukote. Okay, and 20 years he stayed here. Later, after the 20 years, Ramanuja returned to Sri Rangam. Went to Sri Rangam because the king of Chola dynasty, he was Kulatunga Chola, was passed away. When Kulatunga Chola passed away, Ramanuja he went to Tamil Nadu. Once again became a head of the Sri Rangam, and he popularized Ramanujacharya popularized Sri Vaishnava religion. Along with that, Ramanuja, the great saint, a Pandit in Sanskrit, he composed a number of literature. The works of Ramanujacharya, mainly works of Ramanujacharya, he wrote Sri Bhashya, Anubhashya, Gita Bhashya, Vedanta Sara, Vedanta Sutra, Vedanta Sangraha. These are the works of Sri Ramanujacharya. Yes? Vedanta Sara, Vedanta Sangraha, Vedanta Sutra, Sri Bhashya, Gita Bhashya. These were, and Anubhashya. These were the works of Sri Ramanujacharya. What are the works of Ramanujacharya? The works of Ramanujacharya: Vedanta Sara, Vedanta Sangraha, Vedanta Sutra, Sri Bhashya, Gita Bhashya, Anubhashya, etc. are the works of Sri Ramanuja. Like that, Ramanujacharya, he had given a good contribution for the development of societies, for the welfare of people, development in societies, for unity among the Indians. Okay, no? To make equality in the societies, Ramanuja, he had given a lot of contribution towards the people. So that's what, after all these achievements, Ramanujacharya at the age of 120, in the year 1137, in this year, the great personality, a good saint of India in medieval period, Sri Ramanuja, passed away. So later, after this achievements, the contribution of Ramanujacharya, and the meaning of Visishtadvaita philosophy, we give importance to its philosophy. Regarding Visishtadvaita philosophy, I will explain in next period. Thank you, students.